Let's get the show started, shall we?
Live from BC Children's Hospital in Vancouver, it's the 29th Annual Miracle Weekend.
Yes, welcome inside BC Children's Hospital. You know, this place serves 1 million children living in BC and the Yukon. They treat the severely ill kids, of course, but they also take care of all those smaller things like the bad ear infection that happens at 2:30 in the morning or a broken elbow.
Those things can feel like big things to little people,
For sure.
I'm sure. So for the next 4 hours, all day tomorrow, we will give you an insight into so many heroic stories and how this hospital is such an important place to many families around beautiful British Columbia.
This gentleman here is Keith Preston. He is from Crown Packaging, and it's the employees at Crown Packaging who have helped raise money for Children's Hospital.
It's a payroll deduction campaign.
And they voted to do this charity.
Overwhelmingly, they voted in favor of Children's Hospital.
And before I get you to show me the check, you have a connection to this hospital because you were in it many years ago.
I have a very personal connection to the hospital. I was a patient here back in 1984 after a car accident.
And they saved your life.
They did. They saved my life, and the staff here is just amazing.
They're amazing then, they're still amazing now, and you and the people at Crown Packaging are amazing as well. Tell us how much you've raised. Show us.
We raised $14,000.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're here with Sean Loftus, chair of the Retail and Wholesale Division Committee. How are you? And what a great night and a lot of great people.
Oh, I'm fantastic. It's going to be a record night tonight, and yeah, it's beautiful.
Let's talk a little bit about the Retail and Wholesale Division. There's so many groups involved in this. It's a great way to raise money.
Yes, we've got hundreds or thousands of retailers out there. We've got millions of customers that come through our tills, and thousands of great vendors and suppliers that support us to get to where we are today.
Now, with all those people, there's a lot of different ways that you're able to raise the money to bring to us tonight. So tell us a little bit about some of the activities.
Oh, everything we do is like $1 at a time. We do hot dog sales. We sell icons. We have golf tournaments. We sell pies. We do donuts. There's just so many.
You sell pies?
Anything that we can do to raise some money for the kids is done out there. Very innovative things all the team members come up with.
And you know, it's funny when you go into some of these places, just see the employees getting behind it. And that's really the sort of the backbone of the fundraising, isn't it?
You bet it is. You bet it is. It all comes down to the team members, how excited they get about Children's Hospital. And then, you know what? At the end of the day, it comes down to them and our customers, because it's the customers that support us that help us get to that record total that we got to this year.
All right, we're really excited. So the Retail and Wholesale Division are bringing us a big amount of money. So let's start at this end right here, and we'll get this off one number at a time.
One at a time. Let's start with a 3, an 8, a 1, a 9, a 2, another 2, and a 7.
Yeah! All right!
$7,229,183.
Wow, thank you so much, Retail Wholesale Division. All right.
We are pleased to introduce you now to our 2016 champion child. I had a chance to chat with Aiden Chin earlier this evening. 5 years ago, cancer tore apart Aiden's world and forced him into BC Children's Hospital for weeks at a time. But you know what? Cancer couldn't break the deep bond Aiden had with his brother and his friends. In fact, it did quite the opposite.
I don't expect my cancer to come back. It's a new chapter in my life. I guess there is a sense of being a child, being a teen again. So there are times when I do feel free. I don't think I could ever fully go back to what it was like before. Bren was 7 years old and I was only 11, so we both were just kids, right?
I had no clue. I heard the cancer word, I was just like, what is that? Okay, maybe I'm gonna see him tomorrow. My eyes kind of started opening up and I was just like, Aiden's not gonna be here for a while. I'm only gonna see him maybe a couple times a week. It just keeps on going in my head, like what if he was not gonna make it? What if I wasn't gonna see him at home anymore?
There were times when I was feeling really sick and out of it and tired, and there were times when it wasn't always the chemo, it was about how other patients in the hospital were doing.
You don't know what it's like, because I've been through so much pain, but I want to be here for 2 weeks. And they'd be here for 6 months, you say?
And I was sad that there were other patients and there were other children that were younger than me going through cancers that were harder than mine. Basically, from that point on, I was like, why don't I try to get through it and then hopefully come back, help out. That's what I've basically been trying to do since I finished treatment. I got to join this club at the hospital called the Oncology Teen Group Club. It's something that you can't find out of the hospital. As a survivor, I'm still part of the teen group. There's still a lot of support that I can give to them and they can give to me, because there's an understanding that treatment isn't over when you're a survivor. There's still an emotional side of things. You have friends that are going through it, friends that aren't gonna make it through it, and that becomes a reality for you. It's not just over. Brooke was a friend of mine that I met in the hospital, and she became basically a sister to me. Brooke was definitely the closest friend that I had that I lost. The day before she passed away, I did get to see her in the hospital, and I did get to hold her hand, talk to her, and say goodbye, and tell her I loved her one last time. And I don't believe that you can accept something like that. You have to, I guess, learn to cope with it more. Before, I felt like cancer was something that was rare, that 1 in a ton of kids would be diagnosed, but it's not rare, and there's a lot of kids in oncology, children that are going through what you went through, and pain that is unexplainable. I want to be able to give back to those that have helped me in the hospital, that have made it so that I can go out there and be active and just live my life again.
It's a really good feeling that I could just go home and do something with my brother now. Without Children's Hospital, my brother wouldn't be here, so I'm eternally grateful for them being there.
I'm looking forward to staying connected to the hospital because it's been such a big part, giving back and pursuing the dreams that I have, and being able to do that because of BC Children's Hospital.
Miracle Weekend coming to a close, but what a weekend it's been. It's time to check in for a big total, guys.
It is.
Let's do
So
it.
before we do this, though, I really would like to say thanks to all the volunteers working behind the scenes who helped us out.
Yes.
Yes. It really is a cast of thousands. So do we want to do this right now?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, let's do it.
All right.
Let's turn the numbers.
Okay.
8,
0, 6, 8, 1, 0. Yeah!
Angels are smiling, lifted by love, awed by the children, exploring their world of pure innocence, pure love. Mothers and fathers whisper their prayers, take joy in knowing that everyone shares their faith and hope and love. Little ones laughing, lost in their play, through grateful eyes you can hear them say, thank you all, thank you, thank you all, thank you. Miracles happen with love and with help from the angel in all of us. Miracles happen, oh yes they do. Here's hoping hoping someday one happens for you, and peace comes to you from above. Miracles happen with love. Miracles happen with love. And with help from the angel and all of us, miracles happen, oh yes they do. Here's hoping someday one happens for you, and peace comes to you from above.